What is going on, guys? It's Jamie and welcome back to another video. And as you can see from the title, this week we are going to be diving into another Q&A video, answering all of your guys' questions from the Instagram stories. But before we start this one today, guys, I just wanted to quickly give every single one of you my well wishes. Obviously this is the first video I've uploaded since the whole COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown and everything like that. Just wanted to wish you guys all the best, and hope you are staying well and safe with your families, because it's strange times. It's actually very, very scary times, and it's just so important that you stay at home and keep yourself safe. But as we said, guys, today's video is going to be another Q&A. I have done one of these before. I'm going to put a link for that down in the description below, but I thought, you know what, a good way to get back into the flow of YouTube videos would be to do another Q&A. It's been a few weeks since I have uploaded a video, so I apologize for that, guys, but rest assured we're going to be back to the regular schedule of weekly videos from now on. So going to be setting this one up in the same way that I did the last Q&A, which, if you haven't seen it, basically I set myself a 1-minute timer for each question, just to save myself from dragging on and blabbering on and going off on tangents and only managing to get through a few questions. So I got a lot of response on the Instagram story, so thank you guys for getting involved over there. I've chosen 10 questions that I think is quite a good range of questions, so we're gonna hop straight into it, guys. 10 questions, 10 minutes. Let's get going. Question number 1, guys, is actually very, very fitting with everything going on. It is, how are you finding isolation? So we're gonna pop 1 minute on the clock. Okay, so personally, I'm not actually finding it too bad. This is obviously week 3 of lockdown now, the end of week 3. So yeah, it's strange to think that I literally haven't left my house in a few weeks, but personally I'm not finding it too bad. I've been trying to find ways of keeping my days productive, so that I feel kind of satisfied when I go to bed, like I've achieved something, because obviously in times like this it can be very, very easy to just lose entire days of just doing nothing, which is fine, but so it's nice to go to bed feeling that you've achieved something and been productive that day. So I've just been trying to keep myself sort of entertained and doing stuff, and yeah, I mean, I haven't been finding it too bad. I mean, obviously I can't work from home in my job, so the days have been completely different to normal, but I haven't been finding it too bad. I mean, ask me in another few weeks, depending how long this lasts, and maybe I'll change my mind, but at the minute we're holding up okay. That was good timing. Alright, guys, hopping into question number 2, and it is, who is your favorite fitness/bodybuilding athlete? So another minute on the clock. Okay, so I think it's too difficult to just choose one person, so instead I'm just going to give you guys a load of people who influence me across the board. So physique wise, it would be people like Chris Bumstead, David Lade, Steve Cook. All of these guys have just got ridiculous physiques, but then there's people who inspire me from like a content perspective. Elliot B. Fit would be a great example of that. His content is absolutely incredible and very inspiring for me on an Instagram and YouTube perspective. We've then got like the strength inspirations like Russ Swole, the Alpha Elite athlete, you know, Thor, Eddie Hall, like all of the classics. Just these guys who it's really good to just be absorbing stuff from on Instagram and YouTube. Just inspiration coming from so many different areas. It's mad. How long we got left? 13 seconds. Yeah, I could not have chosen one person there. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try and pick one person, because they all deserve the recognition. They're all crazy, crazy motivational. Number 2, done. All right, guys, question number 3, and again, this is tying it back into the isolation and the quarantine and everything like that. There is actually a few questions included here that are related to that, which is fine. I mean, obviously everyone is in the same boat at the minute. It's kind of the elephant in the room. We're all in isolation. We're all going through this together. So if I can answer a few questions in here related to the whole thing and perhaps help you guys out, then I'm happy about that. So question number 3, guys, is, are you eating at around maintenance calories during this period? So we're going to put the timer on. At the minute, yes, I am eating maintenance calories. A lot of people are taking this period as a time to do a cut. I didn't really want to do that personally, but on the other hand, I can't really be eating the amount of calories that I do in my bulk, so 5,000 calories. That's just not realistic. I mean, as you guys will know, it's difficult to even get out to go shopping, and if you can do that, then to actually get a sufficient amount of food to be able to bulk like that would just be unrealistic and unfair to everyone else. Obviously, there's limits to quantities of food, so yeah, we're just eating maintenance calories at the minute, which for me is around 3,500 to 4,000. Still quite a lot, but it will probably sound to some people, but obviously I've been bulking for so long, maintenance calories are a lot higher. Yeah, we're maintaining it, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm not tracking calories or anything like that, haven't been since the start of lockdown, didn't really feel a need to, just kind of eating intuitively. But yeah, maintenance calories at the minute, guys, and we'll just continue that for as long as this needs to last. Boom. We're good. We're on the ball at the minute. We are on the ball. Straight into question number 4, guys, and this one is a nice one. What is my favorite Gymshark item? So, okay, need to put a minute on. So, I mean, it's difficult. It's very difficult, and this is the kind of question that the answer to would have changed a lot. Obviously Gymshark are always bringing out new stuff, and my favorite items tend to change from time to time because they just keep bringing awesome stuff out. At the minute, I would say my favorite item that I own is the Luxe hoodie, the new one that was brought out very recently, which was obviously the reimagining of the original Luxe tracksuit, which was the first thing ever that Gymshark released. And yeah, the hoodie is amazing, the fit is incredible, definitely the most comfortable hoodie that I own from Gymshark. I wear it to training as well, which is really cool. The black and white contrast is wicked, all of the detailing and everything like that is just awesome. So yeah, that hoodie is amazing. I need to cop the tracksuit bottoms, I'm guaranteed they're sold out now, but that hoodie is the best. I love it. Time up. That was a quick minute. Coming up on the halfway point, guys. Question number 5 is, what are your goals for when you go back to the gym? Good question, very good question. 1 minute. So, I mean, essentially, guys, my goals are going to be the exact same as they were when the gyms closed. Not a lot is going to be changed. Obviously, the first thing is going to be just trying to get back to the strength and size that we were at when we left, because inevitably, with how training is at the minute, we're going to be losing a little bit of both of those, but nothing too bad. I mean, really, we're just going to go back to doing the exact same things that we were doing, just utilizing that progressive overload, building that strength, building that size, and just chipping away, really just grinding. And obviously at the top of the list, the 300 kg deadlift is still needed to be redeemed. Obviously we've had the 2 failed attempts now, but that's going to be one of the main things really to work on when we get back in the gym, because obviously I'm not going to have deadlifted for a while, so I can't wait to get back to deadlifts, man. I cannot wait. But obviously the 300 kg is really going to be top of my priority, but we're just going to be doing exactly the same as we were a few months ago. I hate that sound. Does anyone else hate that sound? That just makes me think of fucking mornings, like, makes me think I need to get out of bed, gives me anxiety. So question number 6, guys, is again gonna go back to the isolation, and the question is, what have you been eating? Another minute on the clock. So basically, guys, I mean, I've just been trying to keep my diet relatively the same to what it would have been if we were still bulking, obviously just in moderation because we're eating less calories with it being a maintenance phase. But I mean, pretty much just been trying to keep the food choices the same as they would have been, trying to keep it as clean as possible because we're trying to hold some sort of condition as we go through this maintenance phase. So a lot of whole foods, but I mean, really the aim for me is to keep the protein intake as high as possible, higher even than it would be in my bulk. This is obviously going to help us maintain as much of that muscle mass as possible whilst we go through this maintenance phase with training the way it is and everything like that. A high protein take is really going to help us out, and also the carbs have been up there as well. But yeah, I mean, basically, guys, we're just pretty much eating the same things. Obviously with food choices being slightly limited, it can be slightly different here and there, but pretty much very similar. Whoa, crikey, in the nick of time. All right, guys, question number 7 is a real simple one, actually, and I really like it. I get asked this quite a lot. The question is, who is your favorite Gymshark athlete? So 1 minute on the clock. This one doesn't take a lot of thinking about for me. It's the same person that it always has been, and that is Mr. David Lade. He is an absolute machine. I just love him. Obviously, David was a massive inspiration for me when I started training, kind of discovered Gymshark and everything like that, and found him and what he was about. And back then, his YouTube videos were just unbelievable. We used to binge them like crazy. Obviously, if you're into him or follow him, his videos aren't as prominent now and he doesn't post as much, but they're still amazing when he does, and he's still just a crazy inspiration to me. Like, what he's been able to achieve in the short period of time that he has is ridiculous, and he's so young. He's just crazy. He's obviously a machine as well, and his attitude and everything like that is just wicked. I met him on several occasions, and every single time he's just such a cool guy, like almost speaking to him like a friend. Like, he's wicked. He's a massive inspiration to me, and will be for a long while to come, I'm sure. Next question, guys, question number 8 is, how are you finding training during quarantine? 1 minute on the clock. So now I'm not finding home workouts too bad at all, but I've got to be honest with you guys, the first week and a half of quarantine, I was not motivated to do home workouts whatsoever. I'd imagine I'm not the only one, but I just had nothing in me to give them a go. I got zero equipment. I ordered some bands, and the first set got lost in transit, which is handy. And we've got some more on the way now, so hopefully they'll be here by the end of next week. But yeah, it was just hard to get going with nothing and to do bodyweight stuff. But decided to pretty much kick myself in the arse, guys. Get it going, get into some sort of flow with training. And the last week and a half has actually been really good. I've been enjoying it past couple of weeks, and the home workouts aren't too bad. Obviously completely different from my normal style of training, but it is what it is. We're all in this together. We've all got to kind of adapt to it. We overcome the challenge, and we just try and keep going and try and maintain at least some sort of progress throughout this period. So yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Alright guys, so we've got 2 more questions to go. If you've been enjoying the video, guys, make sure you smash that thumbs up button for me. I'd really appreciate it. But we're going to hop straight into question number 9 here. Basically, every time you do a Q&A, whether it's one of those answer boxes on Instagram or for a YouTube video, there's always a question about steroids. Every single time someone asks about steroids, and would you believe it, guys, we have got a question here. Question number 9, guys, is, would you consider using steroids when we are allowed back in the gym to get back to where you were? 1 minute on the clock, guys. Straight up, like, no, I would never consider using steroids when we're allowed back in the gym. I've never considered using them before, so to do that now would just be silly for me, to be honest. Say we're quarantined for like 3 months and we're not allowed to go to the gym for that time. When we are allowed back, to get back to the point that you were at a few months ago is not going to take a long while, guys. Muscle memory is legit, and it's just going to take a little bit of work to get back to it, but the time it will take is not going to be very long. What really matters is that in this period now, you're doing everything you can to keep as close to that position as possible, so when we are allowed back, you're that much ahead of the game, you have a head start, and it's just going to reduce the amount of time to get back to where you were. So knuckle down now, guys, put the time in now, and that's what I'm doing anyway, to try and keep as much of the progress as possible. No steroids are going to be needed for me. We don't need that. Cool. That was number 9. So we have made it. Question number 10, and this is going to be the last one for today, guys, and it's kind of a nice one to end on, actually. And the question is, what is your advice for people in isolation? So this one's difficult. There's quite a lot of advice that I feel I could give people for the short amount of time that we have had so far, but I'm going to give you one piece of advice, and we're going to try and keep it within a minute, obviously for the point of this video. So 1 minute on the clock. My main piece of advice for you guys would be to continue to have some sort of structure to your day. Obviously this just sounds kind of ridiculous given the current situation, but just try and have some sort of structure to each day. Take each day as it comes, have a plan for it, have some sort of schedule there to help you feel like you're being productive and kind of maintaining some sort of sanity. Obviously if you're working from home this can help, but personally in my job, obviously I can't work from home, so the days are completely different, but just have a plan. Wake up early, have a breakfast, maybe read a book for a little bit, listen to a podcast. I'll then go for a walk, get my daily exercise in, do something productive, which for me would be like editing a YouTube video. Just have a bit of a plan, guys, and tick these things off as you go, and you can end the day feeling nice and satisfied that you've achieved something and you haven't kind of wasted the day. So that would be my piece of advice. Oh. Got it in. So there we go, guys, 10 questions all wrapped up in 10 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. Hopefully you guys like those questions as well. I feel like there was a good range of questions there, as I said. But yeah, again, thank you to everyone who got involved on the Instagram story and sent a question in. Sorry if your question wasn't included, but as I said, I feel like I picked a good range there, given the current situation as well. Looking to the short-term future, guys, obviously creating YouTube content is going to be a little bit harder given the situation. I'm going to try and continue to put videos out weekly for you guys, get back into that regular schedule on a Sunday evening again. So if there's anything, guys, that you would love to see from me during quarantine, just let me know down in the comment section below and I'll get onto it as soon as possible. If you did like the video, guys, feel free to drop a comment down below as well. And like question number 10, if you had to give one piece of advice to people for this isolation period, what would it be? I'd be really interested to see what you have to say. If you did enjoy the Q&A, guys, make sure you light up that thumbs up button for me. I would really appreciate it. And if you are new here, or if you haven't done so already, make sure you smash that subscribe button for new videos every single week, and I'll see you in the next one.